Namaskar बच्चों. Today we will be discussing the chapter General Principles and Processes of Isolation of Elements. Isolation, extraction of elements. Now we are here having a number of household articles and we shall discuss which of these articles need extraction of metal first. This one, it is made of aluminium, having some bakelite polymer, having some rubber in it. This one made of a form of iron in the form of stainless steel, then copper. This one glass, and many more articles here. You will see here. This one a shell and a metal keychain, rusted of course, and this one plastic. This one iron piece of some article made of iron. This one a piece of iron. This here plastic and other electronic items. This one, the very essential part of yours and mine life, is spectacles. This is made of some of the metal parts here, and the few others are polymers. So how many of these include metals? This one include metal. This glass does not have any metal, so does not need to be extracted from anywhere. This one is made from polymer, which can be easily made in the factories. This one made of cotton and some synthetic polymer, again can be easily synthesized in factories. This one is made from iron, so definitely it need extraction of iron first. Again same here, iron need to be extracted. So the very first thing, if we need to extract these elements from the nature, in what form these elements are found in nature? So children, if we take any piece of soil from the nature, we call it a mineral. We call it mineral. So what is a mineral actually? Mineral is any sample of soil having metal in it. Then coming to the next one, those samples of soils which have quite high amount of metal in them, and the metal can be extracted profitably and economically, they are called as ores. So here you see, this is a table which will be showing you the different types of ores, having metals in them. So aluminium is found in nature in form of bauxite, diaspore and kaolinite. Iron found in nature in many forms, but the ore which will give us iron economically and conveniently, they are hematite, magnetite, siderite, iron pyrite, limonite. Children, here I would like to stress upon the thing, wherever you get name pyrite in any of the formula, make it sure it must be some sort of sulfide. We shall go ahead. Like here, copper is found in nature in the form of copper pyrite. See, this is sulfide. Copper glans, cuprite, malachite, azurite. Malachite, beta, you must have heard the name of malachite in the form of malachite green dye, which came into news a few months ago, that a few vegetable vendors are using the dye malachite green for dyeing the vegetables into dark green color so that they can look attractive to the customer. So malachite is an ore of copper which is deep and dark green in color. Now coming to the zinc, zinc is found in the form of zinc blende, calamine. Calamine, girls must be more aware about the term, because calamine is found in the cosmetic products in many times. And also girls, you must have heard sometimes from your doctor that girls, if you want to have good shiny glowing skin, make use of calamine mixed with a little of curd. It will, try it sometime, it will give you good results. Then is zincite. Most of the zinc components, zinc metals, you will find in many forms either in the forms of skin talcum powders or creams, antibacterial creams, antifungal creams. Zinc will be a common ingredient in all these things. Lead, it is found in the form of galena, angelicite and cerussite. Then coming to the tin, it may be found in the form of casterite, silver glance, pyrrhizite. See again, pyre, if it is having the name pyrite, it must be having sulfur in it. Then silver is also found in the form of chlorogyrite and stephanite and rusite. So these are the common ores, children. Now at this place only I would like to tell you, out of all these elements, we say that a few elements are found in native state in the nature, whereas others are found in the combined state. What is meant by saying native state and combined state? Combined simply means it will be found in the form of some compounds, fine. But then what is meant by saying that the element is found in native state? Native state, it will not be in the form of a compound, right? We shall be discuss the elements which are found in native state later. Now children, once we got the ore, now say for example I have some particular piece of sample of soil and I know that it is containing large amount of metal in it. Now what steps I need to follow to get the desired metal out of it? Here these are the steps which will be followed. So the first is the grinding of rocky hard ore. When the ore is obtained, it has to be ground to a fine powder. Then it would be subjected to the hydraulic washing to remove the most of the sand and other undesired substances from it. Then the ore will be concentrated. This term, concentration of ore, is also known as dressing of ore. It involves a number of processes and the method of concentration of ore depends upon the type of metal and the combination form in which it is appearing. Then once the ore is concentrated, the next step will be to convert this ore into metal oxide. After the metal is converted into the oxide, the substance, the metal oxide, will be subjected to the reduction to get the crude metal. Crude metal simply means this is the first metal which we obtained from the metallurgical unit and it contains large amount of impurities in it. Generally, to say this crude metal is of no economic or commercial use. It need to be purified to a large extent. Then the next is refining to the pure metal. The crude metal will be refined, will be purified to reduce the impurities to the level of 0.001% in some cases. Now children, methods of concentration of ore. So the first one is magnetic separation, and then is your froth flotation. Next is your leaching, and these we will be discussing one after another. First of all, we shall go for hydraulic washing. How it is done? Hydraulic washing is based on the difference in the gravities of the ore and gangue particles. This is powdered ore, children, and this is the stream of water, and this is sloping table. So with the stream of water, the ore particles are washed away. The heavier ore particles are left behind, whereas the gangue material is washed out. Next is the magnetic separation. Magnetic separation is based on the difference in the magnetic properties of the ore and the gangue. What is gangue here? The gangue is the unwanted material which is present in our soil sample, that is the ore. And how it is done, children? Here we have two rollers, 1 and 2. One of these will be magnetic. See, this roller will be magnetic in nature, and this is an ordinary roller, and it is having a leather belt over it which will keep running on these two rollers. The powdered ore will be put over here on this leather belt, and the two wheels will rotate. See, these two rollers are rotating. The magnetic particles will, because they have magnetic properties, so this roller, it will what it will do, that it will have the magnetic, it will stick the magnetic particles with it, and all those particles, that is the ore particle, which is say for example iron we are having, the iron ore will keep stick to this belt, and it will be collected here after the belt is free from the magnetic field of this roller, whereas the gangue particles will come down to this place which do not suffer any magnetic attraction. See these one. These are the magnetic particles. This is non-magnetic particles. It is not attracted by the magnetic rollers. Now children, next is froth flotation. Here we will have one container which is having water and oil in it. The ore will be poured down here, and this agitator will pump air in it. So what will happen after the ore is mixed with oil and water and air bubbles are produced inside the ore which is having sulfide in it? This froth flotation method is mainly used for sulfide ores. So the sulfide ore will come up into this froth, and the froth will be collected in a separate container here. It will be collected in separate container here. See, this froth is coming down here. The entire froth is collected having metal in it. And the next method is leaching. Leaching is generally made use for the metals like gold, silver, aluminium, etc. Here we shall be understanding the process of leaching with the help of aluminium ore. That is the bauxite ore. Bauxite ore, here this one is children, the bauxite ore, it is mixed with the concentrated aqueous sodium hydroxide, which will form sodium aluminate, and water will be left behind. So how it works, here it goes. Sodium aluminate and sodium silicate will be formed. You can see here, this is the burner which is heating up this solution, and the solution is having in it the aluminium ore mixed with the sodium hydroxide. The filtrate will have sodium aluminate and sodium silicate. See here children, and now carbon dioxide will be bubbled in it, and therefore the sodium aluminate will be separated. The sodium aluminate we will get as precipitate, which will be collected over this filter paper, and it will be filtered away.